Remember that time you got soaked? On purpose?
Talking about water rides. I hate water rides. That's pretty well known.
I enjoy when Molly is upset. And water rides, they really upset her.
I love a water ride on a very hot day.
It depends on the time of year that I'm visiting.
On a hot day in Florida, wet me please, okay? I'm already drenched in sweat, so I'd rather be drenched in theme park water than sweat, okay?
You know, some people call it a poncho. I call it a useless trash bag for $15.
Soggy underwear, I'm not a big fan of.
While this may come as a surprise to you, I'm not a huge fan of getting wet.
For the record, this was his idea.
Splash Mountain is a ride that's located in Disney World, along with other Disney parks.
It's part log flume attraction, part Disney dark ride, part throw ride.
It's just so like Disney.
Designed by Tony Baxter, it takes you through the story from Song of the South,
Which is a Disney movie that was pretty much discontinued due to the fact that it has some rather insensitive themes.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. As a kid, I loved this ride. As I got older, in one of my African American studies classes, we watched the movie and they broke down everything and all the elements. It's very, very complex. It's very complicated, and sometimes it's not always great to talk about, but in order for us to really think about where we've been and where we're going, we have to speak about these things.
See, there's this rabbit, and this fox wants to eat the rabbit, and so he's like trying to catch him, and they're kind of, you know, they've got that Wile E. Coyote vibe.
And then eventually they catch him.
Brer Fox is gonna roast Brer Rabbit and eat him, obviously. And he says, please, whatever you do, don't throw me in that briar patch.
You're getting thrown into the briar patch. The 50-foot fall is the launch into the briar patch.
Joke's on you, dummies, that's his house. Should have done more research on your victims if you're gonna be a successful kidnapper.
Some people get really wet on Splash Mountain. I, for whatever reason, knock on wood, have never gotten soaked on Splash Mountain.
It depends on where you're sitting, and I also would say it's not the wettest you get of any of the rides that we're talking about today.
It's not like river raft ride wet, but you can get hit with a bad splash. So I would say like medium-ish.
I will say, thanks to Molly's patented water ride outfit, which could be yours for the price of any rain jacket and any hat, it is very effective on Splash Mountain.
But you know what's gonna be awesome? Tiana. Princess and the Frog with this? I can't wait.
I am so excited about the Princess and the Frog I can't talk. I am so excited about the Princess and the Frog re-theme.
That's so good! That's a movie that deserves a ride. And what a kind of perfect place to put it.
Splash Mountain, the ride system is already so much fun. It's very thrilling, and the water, all of that, my best favorite parts.
What we love is the ride. We love the ride system. We love the twists and the turns, and we'll have all of those intact with all of the fabulous characters from Princess and the Frog and that awesome music. I can't wait. It's going to be great.
I just want beignets in the Magic Kingdom. I don't care if you do it there. I don't care if you take Westward Ho, the little snack stand on the other side of Splash Mountain. Put beignets in the Magic Kingdom. That's all I'm saying.
Don't you want a beignet like right after the ride? It's a great idea.
It's time to ride Cali River Rapids. It only has a posted 15-minute wait right now, which is great.
I've been told I'm not wet enough.
So Cali River Rapids is Molly's favorite ride in Disney World.
Cali River Rapids is the worst ride in Walt Disney World.
This is your classic river group raft ride where your shoes get soaked and you have a soggy bottom for the rest of the day.
It is one of those inner tube rides where everybody sits around in a circle facing each other, and there's like a circular bar in the center that you can hold on to if you want. But it's essentially a style of ride designed to get you as soaking wet as possible.
Don't at me with your Triceratops, Ben. Don't at me with your magic carpets of Aladdin. Those serve a purpose. There is no purpose to Cali River Rapids.
I love rapids, okay? It is the thrill of not knowing if you're going to get wet or not, okay? You don't know.
There's no like, if I sit in this seat, I'll get less wet. No. It's a circle, so it's completely at random. And don't come at me and say it's based on weight, because I have been on one side of the raft completely alone with a family of 6 on the other side of the raft. And I'm still the one that got wet. And yeah, we all gain weight in quarantine, but I don't think I'm bigger than 6 people.
There are pools. It's very cold.
So the plot of Cali River Rapids is that there's logging in a river, and you're on a boat in that river, and you learn about how logging is bad, I think.
You're going on the Anandapur rafting company. You go through the queue. There's a temple. There's gold stuff. There's a booking office.
Going through the jungle, and there's like a fire, I believe, that's happening while you're going through this jungle. Is that correct?
I don't know. It's a semi truck. It's up there. Something caught on fire. It's bad. We should stop cutting down trees, which means we should stop using paper.
I think that's the story, that man is ruining the forest and we're floating through it, getting our shoes wet.
That's a good thing we kind of have stopped using paper. This is an e-world. I get a lot of electronic bills.
So they're really thrilling stuff. Good theme. Super fun.
How wet you get on Cali River Rapids exclusively depends on how the Cali gods are feeling about you that day.
You get really wet on Cali River Rapids. It's a raft ride. Raft rides get you really wet.
You get very wet.
It's Russian roulette of a water ride, because what are there, 10 or 12 people in this thing? And so 2 or 4 people are gonna get soaked, and the other ones are not gonna get as soaked.
If you could retheme Cali River Rapids, how would you theme it? Oh, that's a good question.
I would tear it down.
I'd retheme it to the Jungle Book.
Raya and the Last Dragon theme? That would be cool.
I wouldn't retheme it. I would remove it and put something decent in its place.
Yes, Jurassic Park River Adventure.
What is the Jurassic Park River Adventure?
Jurassic Park River Adventure is a water ride at Universal Islands of Adventure at Universal Orlando.
You're taking a tour of Jurassic Park.
Na 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 na.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Via the water.
Which is actually the book that Jurassic Park is based on. It's a boat. But the reason they did it as a water ride at the theme park is because they were like, there's no way we can match the movie. Like, Steven Spielberg, like, you're amazing. There's absolutely no way this ride at a theme park is going to touch how good that movie is. And people are gonna constantly compare it, like, that's not what happened in the movie. So let's go back to the origins and let's make it the boat.
And I absolutely love it because it combines a water ride with dinosaur animatronics. So basically dinosaur from Animal Kingdom. If you had a water ride, it's this.
Check this out, okay? This is what Jurassic Park is about, all right? I'm gonna take this drop of water and I'm gonna put it in my hand. Watch this, watch this. We don't know which way will it go. Well, right now it's just sitting there.
You are going on like a nice calm tour of the dinosaurs, and you're gonna see like the nice herbivores having some delicious, you know, herby treats.
You're just a regular visitor. Oh no, something's gone wrong.
Check out my knuckle, all right? We're gonna take a drop of water. Which way will it go? Comment in the comments which way you thought it was gonna go. Don't cheat though, okay? So I'm gonna that's chaos.
You end up with the one that's like Dilophosaurus.
And then, boom, there he is, the Big Daddy T-Rex.
And he tries to get you, but you make it out alive, and you go down a big splash.
Anyway,
You have to do it again. The point is that it goes a different way.
don't tell me how chaos works. I'm the chaos master.
And it is fun. I will suffer wet leggings to ride this ride because it's such a good ride.
How wet do you get on dry? It really varies.
This boat is so big that it's very dependent on where you are in the boat, okay? I think that it has the widest on the wetometer,
Wetter than Splash Mountain wet.
on the soakometer,
Soaked.
on the moist meter,
Further than moist.
on the wet meter.
Engorged with water.
I think this has the widest spectrum.
You can get very, very wet if you sit in the front, but you can also come off pretty dry if you sit towards the back. So, kind of a toss-up.
Right now, the one in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood, is much better than the one in Orlando.
Jurassic World River Adventure in Hollywood. Y'all, it kills the predecessor. The updated animatronics.
How amazing could it be? It's a water ride and you hate water rides. I went to Universal Hollywood by myself just to have fun at a theme park. Didn't film anything. I rode it 4 times in the front row where I got wet. And I rode it 4 times. It's that good.
Now we have gotten to the section of the rides where you will actually get the most wet. And that is over at Toon Lagoon in Universal Orlando.
Toon Lagoon is where my dreams go to drown.
There are 2 rides in Toon Lagoon. There's am I saying that? Bilge-Rat Barges?
Popeye and Bluto's Rat Bilge Barge.
Popeye, the Sailor Man.
Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges.
Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges. Yeah, I said it. And I said it right on the first try.
And Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. And let me tell you something right now. They suck.
Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls is a shoot-the-chute log flume style attraction. You are in Dudley Do-Right, the cartoon. No children know who that is.
I grew up watching a lot of Rocky and Bullwinkle. I had the VHS tapes. I loved some Boris and Natasha. I watched Dudley Do-Right.
No one cares.
Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls is a log flume, much like Splash Mountain.
But they didn't hide the fact that it's a log flume. Like, it exits the building and it just is there, like a water slide.
I did drag my wife and kid on that one once, and my daughter was 7 at the time. She wept because when you go down the big hill at the end, and it becomes a little roller coastery there, the water is like going in your eyelids at like 50 miles an hour.
Popeye and Bluto's Bilge-Rat Barges, same kind of thing plot-wise, except for now it's Popeye and you are trying to save olive oil from Bluto. But this one's a barge, like a round river raft ride.
It's a raft ride, just like Cali River Rapids, except way better, dude. It's way better. It is fun.
Again, on the moist meter, Bilge-Rat Barges, very wet, all right? Probably like this. This is you. I'm wet in places you can't even see.
During a scavenger hunt, we were about to tie, I don't actually remember. All the scavenger hunts are a blur. Long story short, to decide who won, Breedlove Quincy versus me and Morgan, we had to all get on Popeyes and see who got wet first. And ultimately, it was Morgan and I's victory.
I had like a bathtub full of water just like in my clothes.
It was really fun to ride it with them. You know, it's fun. Going on horrible rides is great when you're with the right people, and that is definitely the right group of people to go on a bad ride and have a great time with.
Okay, out of all of these rides, I've got to pick Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is a perfect theme park ride, except for the questionable content, but they're about to fix it again.
I love the thrills. I love the animatronics. I love the sets. I can't wait to see what Imagineers do when they bring Princess Tiana into the new ride.
And my absolute least favorite, no questions asked, lost by a mile, Cali River Rapids.
Is that it?
That's it.
I'm gonna go dry off now. All right. This should help. Oh, it's so wet.
I don't know if I can sing right now. In the Southland, there's a city way down on the river where the boys are very pretty and all the men deliver. They've got music, it's always playing.
Hey everyone, it's Molly. Thanks for watching this week's RTT about water rides. Ugh. Make sure to like and subscribe and ring that notification bell. If you want more RTT right now, click over here for a playlist of our favorite Disney Parks episodes. And if you want more AllEars, click over here for a video of me ranking all the water rides in Orlando.